So it's true of investments that when a particular sector is giving you back a whole lot of profits, you tend to put more money into that sector. And the focus is on the Namibian commercial banks and their addiction to the property market. Industry data is, however, suggesting that addiction is somewhat becoming a problem. Namibian banks have invested heavily into the property market. That includes your normal real estate into houses and also commercial real estate. So let's take an example. In the movie The Banker, Joe Morris is being told by Bernard Garrett that
owning a bank is like owning the other side of the real estate business.
If we go back to 2010, we see that Namibian banks had property loan book of around about 20 billion. And then that figure doubled in 2015 to 40 billion. And towards the end of last year, that was around about 53 billion. So loaning out this much money to the property sector is not really a problem, but it can make the banking sector quite vulnerable to market corrections. So market correction in the property sector happens when prices of property starts to fall just after rapidly rising, and this causes the value of investments into that sector and also the returns from that sector to decline. And these corrections are very necessary. They'll help to normalize the market. So it's basically like cooling off after an unnecessary heat up. Mortgage loans are at least 4 times larger than all loan classes. That includes your personal loans, overdrafts, and installment sales. So the Bank of Namibia, as the regulator, ensures that all commercial banks play it safe with the lending. And they put up a cap of 4%, that loan default should not exceed that 4% cap rate. So in 2014, 2015, and 2016, that percentage was just at around about 1.5%. But then in 2017, it moved up to 2.5%. And then in 2018 to 3.6%. And then towards the end of last year, it was at 4.8%. And just in March this year, it was at 5.2%. So estimates from Moody's is that percentage is even going to be above 6% this year due to the effect of COVID-19. But then the commercial banks has to date said, for now the deposits are safe. But should this trend continue, the Bank of Namibia has said to keep a closer eye on commercial banks and the stock of defaults.